Hi everyone, welcome to this online session on reports in business communication. In this brief online session, we will study the topic financial reports. In order to understand what is a financial report, we will need to go through who prepares a financial report, to whom is a financial report submitted, and why is a financial report submitted. So point one, who prepares a financial report? Depending upon who asks for a financial report, typically a financial report is prepared by members of the finance department of an organization or top financial person like financial manager or the controller of finance. To whom is a financial report submitted to? A financial report is generally submitted to, depending upon the content of the report again, to the top management or the board of directors. Now, let us move on to why is a financial report prepared? The answer would be simple. A financial report is prepared in order to provide objective information on three main points. The first is it provides objective information relating to the financial structure or the financial position of a given data. Now, what do you mean by financial structure and financial position of a given data? This needs to be explained with the help of one or two examples. Let's take the case of financial structure first. Suppose the board of directors asks the managing director of a company a report on the capital structure of the organization. Now, typically the report which is prepared as an answer to such a query or demand will contain details as to the entire capital structure of the organization. What is the quantum of equity shares issued? What is the number of preference shares issued? What is the ratio of equity shares to preference shares? What is the ratio of equity shares to the total share capital and preference shares to the total share capital? What is the value of one equity share and what is the value of one preference share? What is the total amount collected by way of equity shares and preference shares? Has any dividend been paid in the last financial year for equity shareholders? All these questions will be answered in the report. Now, if you look at it, the report was demanded to understand the capital position of a company or the capital structure of a company. And the report which was prepared as an answer to this contained the entire financial division, contained the entire financial structure of how the organization's capital was structured. Moving on to financial position. Suppose the managing director asks the head of a particular division some details as to what is the financial position of his sector, of his organization. And the managing director or the head of that particular department asks his financial department to prepare the relevant data. Such a report would contain details as to what is the revenue from sales for the past 6 months, what is the total expenditure for the last 6 months. Now, obviously, if expenses for the last 6 months are more than the revenue from sales for the past 6 months, it will clearly reveal that the position, financial position of the company is in tremendous strain. This is what is meant by a financial report providing details or information as to the financial structure or financial position of a given data. Point two, it provides objective information relating to effectiveness of use of funds. What do you mean by effectiveness of use of funds? Let us understand again with the help of an example. Suppose an organization decides to start a new plant, a new factory. So capital expenditure is incurred for purchase of land, for purchase of machinery, installation of machinery. All these expenses have been incurred and the plant goes on stream. 6 months later, 1 year later, operations start, sales start, revenue start coming in. The board of directors at the annual general body meeting wishes to understand, are things progressing on plan? A report is demanded as to returns on capital employed. Such a report will point out whether the funds have been effectively used. Has the plant been set up in time? Has the land registration been done with the funds provided? Has operations started? Have funds started coming in? Has sales started coming in? Has revenue from sales started coming in? Is it as per the projections that were prepared before the plant started? So, how effectively has been your capital employed, return on capital employed? A financial report is capable of providing this information. Moving aside from capital expenditure, let us take the case of revenue expenditure. Say an advertisement campaign has been prepared and has broken out a 3 month campaign. The managing director wishes to understand how effective has been the advertising campaign in terms of funds deployed. So the marketing manager who prepares such a report with the help of the finance team will have to show how much expense has been incurred for the campaign, 20 lakhs for instance, and what is the incremental sales that has been resulted as a result of the campaign for the campaign period of say 3 months. This will give an indication as to whether the advertisement campaign has been effective, whether the funds deployed for the advertising campaign have been effectively used. Point 3 says a financial report provides objective information on changes in financial condition. This is obviously a comparative job. If the board of directors wants to understand what is the financial position of the company this year vis-a-vis the previous year, the report which is submitted as a response to such a demand will need to show what are the revenues from sales for the previous year, what were the expenses for the previous year, what was the profit for the previous year, what is the sales and revenue for this year, and what is the profit or loss for this year. How is the profit or loss for this year compared to the profit or loss for the last year? Is the financial position of the company improved or has it gone into a decline? What are the reasons for this? So changes in financial condition are highlighted through a financial report. So a financial report, to summarize, provides objective information on 3 points. One is relating to the financial structure or position of a given data. Second, it provides information on effectiveness or use of funds. And point 3, it shows or highlights changes in financial condition. Let us now move to types of financial reports. Depending upon the purpose, financial reports can be classified into 3. First is informational reports. Second is interpretive or analytical reports. And third, routine reports. Let's take informational reports first. What is an informational report? An informational report, by its very name, gives only information. Information is provided in the form of raw data, data alone. There are no analysis, there are no insights, there are no recommendations, there are no advisory notes. Data is asked for, data is given. Typically, such reports are generated by the finance team or used by the middle management or by the top management, who will then analyze it and present it as per their requirement. So this is about informational reports. Moving on to interpretive or analytical reports. Such reports, as their name shows, not only provide data, but they also provide an analysis of the data that has been presented. Why has it happened? When has it happened? Any specific reasons for this? It studies the background of the data presented. It presents the context of the data. It will typically contain conclusions and recommendations also. Take the case of a report which has been asked for by the top management on sales in Kerala for the previous year, not this year, for the previous year. And it was found that in comparison with the year before that, sales of the previous year were very low. An interpretive or analytical report, apart from presenting sales data for the previous 2 years, will highlight the fact that the previous year Kerala had to face an adverse climatic conditions which resulted in no sales for the last financial year. Now this is what is meant by an analytical or interpretive report. Such reports are usually used for decision making by the top management. Top management typically may not have the time to dwell deep into the report. They are interested in understanding the contextual background, the conclusions, and what are the recommendations based on which they can take action. We now move on to the third category and the last category of financial reports, which is routine reports. Routine reports are reports which are presented to understand the financial aspects of long-term projects or ongoing work. Let it be the construction of a new plant, installation of a machinery, commissioning of a new project. Such routine reports will highlight financial aspects of such long or ongoing projects. Typically, such reports will include a chronology of the progress since the previous report or the start of the project. Suppose in your project, in the first 3 months, you had an outlay of 3 crores of rupees. The annual outlay is 12 crores of rupees, which means 3 crores of rupees every quarter. After 3 crores of rupees was spent in the first quarter, in your second quarterly report, your second quarterly routine financial report shows that an amount of 5 crores was spent, vis-a-vis 3 crores spent in the first quarter. In the second quarter, 5 crores of rupees was spent. Now, why was this spent? Why was this excess outlay? What happened? Are the reasons justified? Is it a natural occurrence? Is it a cost escalation due to extraneous factors beyond the control of the management? All these things will be highlighted in a routine report. A routine report will also suggest further action in case of deviation from plan. As we discussed in the earlier example, quarterly outlay of funds would be 3 crores, but suddenly in the second quarter, your outlay increased to 5 crores. Why did this happen? Was it due to negligence, oversight, or is it a natural occurrence? In case of the former two, negligence or carelessness, then management needs to take action. If not, it can be considered as part of a natural occurrence. So in case of deviation from plan, routine reports will present the action which is required to be taken. Examples of routine reports are progress reports in case of large projects, inventory or stock reports in companies' warehouses and godowns, inspection reports of bank branches which happens routinely, or audit reports of bank branches which happens routinely over the course of 1 year and ongoing every other year. So these are the 3 different categories of financial reports. I'll summarize once again. Reports depending upon the purpose. Financial reports depending upon the purpose can be classified into 3. One is your routine report. Second is your analytical or interpretive report. And the first is your informative report. Hope you enjoyed this brief session on financial reports in the subject business communication. Thank you.